Okay, greetings everyone. I'm back. Neo is back, and it's windy out. I just had to see what's going on. But this time around, this one is my intuition part 2 video. I had part 1 talking about the importance of intuition. This is going to be the importance of intuition part 2. And now this is going to be a different video, different from usual, because I just started, like a few minutes ago, I started watching a Chandler's movie. I forgot what it's called. Tune In. I think it's called Tuning In, and it had all these different channelers. And this is my second time watching it. Last time I watched it was a few months ago, and something told me to watch it again. So I started to watch maybe like 5 minutes of it, and I started to watch that one, and then before that I was watching a Daryl Anka video yesterday, and then today starting to watch the Tuning In movie. I started to say to myself, I would like to channel it. I would like to see how that feels. And I was saying it in my head, actually. I was saying it in my head. So the thing is, I always said to myself, if I do channel, I don't want to channel anybody else, any other entity, first besides my soul. I always said to myself, I wanted to channel my soul first, and then experience that, and then go everywhere else. So what happened to me while I was watching the movie, I believe it's my spirit told me to go ahead, grab the camera, close your eyes, and just see what happens. And it didn't say it. My spirit didn't say it, but I felt it, because I'm very intuitive. As you can see, my part 1 of the intuition video. But intuitively, I felt my soul told me to just do it. Just go there, go in front of the camera, close your eyes, and see what happens. And with me following my intuition, I said, okay, let's do it. Let's see what happens. So what I'm going to do, this is the first time. This is the first time on video. I don't know what's going to happen at all. Seriously, I don't know what's going to happen. This is my first time. So what I want to do is, I want to just close my eyes, breathe, relax, and my intentions are to talk to you guys about intuition and my experiences that I've had recently, from all the way from, I'll say, the past 2 weeks, no more than the past 2 weeks, something like that, no more than the past 2 weeks. Oh, and also coming in, another thing intuitively, my spirit told me is, when I was getting ready to come in here, it told me to light some incense, and I already had a tiger's eye chain on, not chain, but crystal on, and it told me to take that off and put my blue kyanite on. It was weird, because I heard blue kyanite, put the blue kyanite crystal on. That's what I have on right now. But then I saw the image of my, what's that? What's the name of that other crystal? The blue and white one. It's coming in. The one that's that helps out with the third eye and your speech. Spirit, what's the name of that crystal? It's not the kyanite, the other one. Anyways, it'll come to mind. It'll pop in my head at the right time, if it's necessary. Okay, Spirit just said it's not necessary, but you guys know what I'm talking about. The third eye one that helps out with communication and your third eye. The blue, white, and I think it's kind of like blackish or grayish too. That one. Anyways, so I got the image of that, but then I heard blue kyanite, so I was like, you know what, let me just grab the blue kyanite. It's just as good anyways, helps out with communication. So that was another intuitive message, so I went along with that. So let me quit the chat yapping, and I'm just gonna close my eyes, talk to you guys about intuition, and I'm going to see what comes to me first. What comes to me first and how to explain it. I'm going to explain my experiences and talk to you about intuition. Here we go. So I'm going to give it a few seconds and see what happens, what comes to me first. Okay, so a few minutes just went by and my spirit told me to just start talking, and that's exactly what I'm gonna start doing, is just start talking. And I'm just start talking about intuition. What I really enjoy about intuition is the spiritual guidance that I have. I love the guidance that I have. The guidance, it makes my life a lot easier, a lot more. I'm a lot more calmer now because I know what to do, when to do it, and who to speak to, and when to speak to them, and what to speak to them about. That is the number one thing that I absolutely love about intuition, having intuition and having this spiritual guidance that I have. And not only that, but also being able to look past illusions that I see that are presented in front of me. Illusions from the government, illusions from individuals that I come into contact with, because I live on the side of town where it's not necessarily suburban. It's what people would call ghetto. the ghetto. I live on a main street, but on the side that people would consider ghetto. And I came here from the suburbs because my manifestation that I wanted is, I wanted free housing. And once I came into contact with understanding the law of attraction, this is where my intuition landed me. It landed me here in this home that I'm in right now. And I'm very, very fortunate about that I got here, landed here, because now I literally live here for free. I am living here for free utilities. And I came back from the suburbs in a small apartment, beautiful neighborhood, very, very beautiful, very, very peaceful and loving, and I really did enjoy that place there. However, it's the feeling of having to pay rent. That is what I absolutely did not like, and it did not feel good. So once I understood the law of attraction and I focused my thoughts on where I wanted to be, my spirit told me to relax about paying rent. Don't do it. It told me to stop. Don't do anything. Just stop worrying about rent. Just go about doing what I have to do and just ignore every letter that I got and ignore all of the calls and just go about with my life. So I did that, and then the letters came in, and then the lady, the supervisor, I had to take a breath real quick. The supervisor, she told me that the sheriff would eventually come by and remove me, so I would get evicted. So I just said okay, and that's exactly what my spirit told me to say. Just say okay, and that's it. And each time she said that, and each time I got a letter in the mail about what day that they're supposed to come, my spirit told me that they wasn't gonna come that day. So that's one of the intuitive messages that I got, and I was happy that I got it. So once I got it, then I just went on with my day and just let things be. So the thing is, once I got evicted, once that time came when they did come, because they did come, the sheriff, some woman and a guy came. They knocked on the door, and a few seconds before they came, I got a heads up. My spirit told me that they was there. So I just opened the door, and they talked to me about how come this, how come that, blah blah blah, and I just told them that the lady couldn't wait until I got the money to pay off the rent, which in actuality my spirit told me they don't pay rent anyways. So that I just gave them something. And then there was talking, yada yada yada, and I was very nervous at that time because it was a new experience. So as they were talking to me, I was talking to my angels, and I told them to work something out for me, so that something can happen, so that I don't know what can happen. So I just said work something out for me. So throughout that time, the lady looked at me, and I guess something hit her, maybe some kind of energy, or maybe it was her angels that hit her. But out of the blue, she was talking, she was looking at me, and she was in like complete silence, and something just hit her, and she just said, okay, I'll give you another day. I'll give you another day, but tomorrow I'm gonna come back here and you have to be out by tomorrow. And then I just said okay, and after that I didn't say nothing else. She was walking back in and out, talking to the guys that was gonna clean up and get my stuff out. She talked to them. She said okay, he didn't. She was saying to the others about me. She said okay, he doesn't have anything packed up. So it's going to take way too long, and I don't have time to sit here and pick up, and you guys don't have that last guy that's supposed to be here. And here's the thing, you guys, there was a guy that was supposed to be there and to help out, but guess what? He wasn't there. For whatever reason, he didn't show up. And that right there gave me more than enough time to pack up my stuff, rather than having to pack up my stuff at that moment. But it gave me at least time to get my stuff together and to find help to get out of that apartment. So I was very, very fortunate about that, and my angels really did assist me with that. And throughout that time, I was able to find a new place to live. So I was fortunate about that. And another thing is, intuitively throughout that time, I gave it time, and then my spirit told me that those two officers, they were more fearful of me than I should be of them. And that was my first experience of actually having a personal experience with a police officer that had to deal with me, and I was in the situation. And once I realized that they were more fearful of me, and I felt it, I said to myself, there's no reason for me to be scared, so just relax. And that's what I did. I just took a deep breath, and I relaxed, and I let it go. I let go of that fear, and ever since then, now that when I look at so-called police officers, I call them policy officers, because they enforce the policies of the so-called law. When I look at them, to me they just look like normal humans inside a uniform, and they may have their little gun that's supposedly supposed to scare people. However, if you're not watching TV and you're not allowing the media that is controlled by the corporate world to get pumped into your subconscious mind, then you'll be able to see them differently also. You won't fear them at all. So that really amazed me. So now the fear that I used to have of cops is gone, because now that I understand frequencies that are on this planet that my body can be in, all I have to do is to be in a high vibration frequency, then they won't even see me, or I won't phase them at all, regardless of what happens. So I was like, wow, that's amazing. So overall, that's what got me to this point here on this side of town. So that's what led me to this whole story, and along with talking about my intuition. So now on to intuition. Intuition to me is what I call wireless communication with the soul. Everyone has access to communication with their soul and their spiritual guides or angels. Everyone. It's just that not everyone realizes that they have connection to source energy. A lot of people feel that they are alone here on this planet, and they feel lonely, and their life may be in a desperate need of guidance, and they feel lost. So many of them that feel lost, they turn to drugs, alcohol, marijuana, gambling, even religion. A lot of people don't realize that even religion is a source of an escapism. Looking for guidance. However, those are all external sources. Me now understanding my spirituality in the spiritual world, I know to go internally, and that my soul is guiding me. As my soul is guiding me right now as I speak, and I truly do realize that this is a channeling session right now, because my speech is a lot more smoother, and I don't say as much as I used to. Yeah, whenever I'm not in this state of being right now. So it's providing me guidance, and I see the words as I speak right now, and I am conscious of what's going on right now as I speak. So I don't really know if that's fully channeling or not, but I do feel guided right now as I speak. Okay, now back to intuition. So that's for the people who are lost. Once you... Spirit said take a deep breath. Once you realize that you are not alone and that you have guidance, your life will be so much easier and free and open, and you'll know where to go, what to do at any time. And even with me incarnated right now, now that I know that I'm connected to Source, it's so much easier, and I feel like I can figure out every little thing that comes my way, every little challenge. And now, instead of me trying to figure out everything with my physical mind, my physical actions, I now stop and I ask my spirit. I say, Spirit, and then I just go ahead and ask the question, what to do next. And then I sit there and I wait, because you have to relax and allow the information to come through to you. You can't seek it. You got to sit there and wait for it. And your first impression is usually the answer to go with. Just like last night, last night, my spirit told me to charge up my shavers, my clippers, and that's what I did. And the lights was off. And this experience that I'm going to talk to you about is, I had to explain this to you guys once I realized what went on. So the lights were off. I did have the clippers in my hand. No, I had the clippers in the bag actually. And then I had only the plugs in my hand. And I was trying to figure out which one to grab. So I grabbed the first one. And then I was trying to figure out which one it was. So I held it in my hand, and the first impression that I saw in my mind's eye was Remington. So I said, okay, that one is my bigger clippers. So I said, all right. And now the lights were off. I said, you know what? This is the time where I'm going to work on my intuitive messages and my psychic abilities. So I said, Spirit, where is the wall outlet? So I put my hand on the wall, and I literally heard audiently, go left, go up, move to the right, move your hand to the right. And as soon as I moved it to the right, bam, there it was the outlet. And I had a big smile on my face, and I said, you know what, I have to tell my YouTube viewers this. I have to explain this to them. This is amazing. So that's what I'm doing right now. And that right there, that was one of the moments where I realized that I do have psychic abilities, and they are much more developed ever than before. And that life without psychic abilities was a lot more, without realizing that I had psychic abilities and that I can depend on them, was a lot more difficult. Now that I have realized them and I have developed them much more, my life is so much more easier than ever. And I'm here to let you guys know that you also have psychic abilities also, whether you want to believe them or not, and you experience them every single day in your life, whether you want to believe them or not. And it happens to you all of the time. You just don't realize it. Those moments when you get those flashes of insight of something that you have been questioning, or something that you should do, that is your intuition. That is your soul speaking to you that that's something that you should do. Whether it be something you should say or do or remove or something like that, something of that nature. That is your soul speaking to you. That is the wireless connection. Communication is what I call it. Wireless communication. Give me a moment, you guys. I'm allowing my soul to tell me what to speak about next. I feel tingling through my fingers right now. This is new to me. Overall, intuition is very important to have and to develop, because it will get you into situations that you want to experience and you want to be in, and it'll also get you out of experiences that you want to get out of, especially when you are in danger. And it's very important to relax regardless of the situation. If it's especially in those critical situations, you have to relax, because fear is going to disconnect you or at least have the illusion of disconnection from your wireless communication, what I call it. It'll disconnect you, and it'll make it much more difficult to receive that information from your soul. So it's important to relax, take a deep breath, and allow the information to come through, and you'll start receiving sensations or information clairaudiently. You'll hear a voice telling you where to go, what to do, or you'll just feel it. It will be a inner knowing, what's called also called clear cognizance. Clear cognizance, where you just know what to do and where to go without anything external. You just know it. As I do now, because as of right now, I'm seeing words and I'm feeling words. I'm feeling words on what to say as I'm saying them, and I'm just going with them as I get them out. And that's the reason why I'm speaking slowly, because they're coming out and I see them, and I know what to say and how to say it. So as you can see, my rate of word pace slowed down, and it's different from my usual self that you see me. So I feel like it's a mixture of me, the physical Neo, and also my spirit that is communicating to me to communicate this to you. Okay, right now I feel like that's all that I need to communicate to you, and that's literally what I see in my mind's eye. It says that's all. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and close this out, and if there's anything else that I want to explain to you guys, I'll come back and do the same. Do the same thing. If you guys are interested in me presenting information to you this way, then I'll go ahead and do it. Whether you want to do it or not, I'm going to do it this way anyways, because the information that comes out is a lot more smoother, and I actually like it this way. So every now and then, whenever I want to explain something to you guys, I'm going to do it this way. If it's something of higher knowledge that I want to speak about, I'm going to do it this way, so that I can get information much more better and clearer. And then also I'm gonna, if there's anything else that's not really on a spiritual situation, then I'm just gonna do it normally like I've been doing. Yes, that'll be the physical me, the physical Neo. So that's all. I'm closing out, and if you guys are interested in further me doing stuff like this, doing it this way, then go ahead, comment, subscribe, and let me know anything else you wanted to comment on down below. Alright, thank you. Whew.